The AgendaLite Administrator is responsible for managing system users and assigning roles. Roles determine which set of AgendaLite functions that user can access. Every user must be assigned at least one role in the AgendaLite application. Users may have multiple roles assigned to them. To add a new user, complete the following steps. As an administrator, log in to the system. The admin dashboard page displays. Click the Manage Users link. The Manage Users page displays. In the upper right corner of the Manage Users page, click the plus New User button. The New User page displays. In the User Role section, click the checkbox to the left of the user role you want to assign to the user. You can assign multiple roles to a user. Email, first name, last name, and phone are required fields. Check the Confidential Access checkbox when the user is designated to view confidential attachments. When adding a user with board member roles, the list of boards will be available to be assigned for the user. At Receive Email, check the checkbox to indicate the user will receive system-generated email notifications. Uncheck the checkbox to indicate the user will not receive system-generated email notifications. In the Notes text box, add any comments you wish to associate with this new user assignment. At Active, check the checkbox to give the user immediate access to AgendaLite. Caution! If you do not check the Active checkbox, the user is listed as inactive in the AgendaLite user list and is not able to access any AgendaLite pages. Click Save to save your information. Your new user now has access to AgendaLite. The Approval Path component enables the AgendaLite System Administrator to set up a complete functional workflow for departmental approval processes. The Board Assistant can override the approval path when adding or modifying an agenda item. The approval path override is disabled when an item author is creating or modifying the agenda item. Changing the approval path override can be done at the General System settings. If you assign 3 people as Level 1 approvers, all 3 must approve the submitted item before the approval cycle can proceed to Level 2 approvers. To identify approvers, complete the following steps. Click the Manage Approval Paths icon. The Approval Paths page displays. Click the plus New Approval Path button near the top right corner of the page. The Create Approval Path page displays. Type the number of approval levels in the Number of Level text box. The number of level is a numeric field. The number entered in this field determines the list of the level drop-down list. Add an approver or approvers for each level. Select the approver from the Approver List drop-down and his or her level from the Levels drop-down. The same approver cannot be added to more than one level. More than one approver can be added to one particular level. Click the plus Add button to add the number of expected levels under the Approval Levels label. Click the Save button when all fields are completed. The Approval Paths page redisplays. AgendaLite lets you set up meeting agenda templates that meet the exact requirements of your organization. For example, if your organization has monthly board meetings that always contain the same meeting categories, you can set up a meeting template that contains these categories. Your AgendaLite Board Assistant can use this template to develop and finalize meeting agendas each month, and anyone wishing to add an item for consideration or discussion can simply add it to the existing category and submit it for consideration and approval. You can add a new template at any time new requirements are identified, or you can tailor existing templates as your organization needs changes. To add a new meeting template to AgendaLite, complete the following steps. Click the Meeting Templates icon. The Meeting Templates page displays. To add a new meeting template, click the New Meeting Template button. The Create Meeting Template page displays. In the Name field, Enter a name that identifies the type of template you are creating. This is the first step in the creation of any new meeting template. After you name the template and save it, you can build the template by adding new categories and subcategories to it. After you assign a name to your new meeting template, you can begin to build the template. To begin to develop the agenda structure, you will first add agenda categories. To add a category to a meeting template, complete the following steps. In the Meetings template page, click the View button under Category. The category list pop-up displays. To add a new category, click the plus Add New Category button. The Add Category pop-up displays. Click the Consent Discussion Type checkbox if you want the category to be a consent discussion category. Each template can have only one consent discussion category pair. If you have already assigned one consent discussion pair to this agenda, the Consent Discussion Type checkbox will be grayed and this option will no longer be available. If the category is not a consent discussion category, then in the Name field, type the name you are assigning to the new category. In the Sorting Order field, assign a number to indicate where in the meeting sequence this category should appear. It is the tool you use to reorganize the order of the template categories as needed. Select the approval path for the category using the Approval Path drop-down box to indicate that the agenda items submitted for inclusion in this category will require one or more levels of approval before the item will be included in a meeting agenda. Click the Save Changes button. The category list pop-up redisplays.